welcome or welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's Olubukola here, and if you're new to this channel is about lifestyle, faith and growth. So I mentioned this in my last vlog that I wanted to, so if you see me looking over here, I'm just looking at my laptop screen for what I want to share today. So I mentioned I was going to talk about something that is very dear to my heart because it's something that has helped me. It's my experience I want to share, and I think it can help you. So you guys have seen the graduation vlog. Thank you for those that congratulated me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so today I want to talk about what helped me in school to achieve a first class. I just want to put this out there that it's not just about getting a first class. It's actually about excelling in everything that you do. So the points I'm going to share has to do with just being excellent, being the best at anything you find yourself doing. So it's not just for students. This video is not just for students. It's just something that I have taken as like things that have helped me in school specifically and throughout my life. Like, it's not something I do only in school. I try to put it in every other area of my life, and I've seen that it has really helped me to be excellent in everything by the grace of God. So there's something that my secondary school principal used to say. She used to say that success or excellence in your academics, because we were in school then, she used to tell us that success is determined by 80% of your attitude and 20% of your intellect. So the point is that even if you have like the lowest IQ, it doesn't matter. If you have the right attitude towards your academics or whatever thing you're trying to achieve, you only need 20% of your brain's work and 80% of your attitude to support your excellence. And I've discovered this to be true because I've seen people that literally went from 0 to 100 in secondary school. Like, they went doing very well academically, and then when their attitude changed to their studies, they became like top 5, top 3 in secondary school. I don't want to mention names, but I can remember one guy in secondary school that was like that. He wasn't really doing so well, but by the time his attitude changed to his studies, started reading hard, studying, he was like the best. He was like the best, not the best, but at least part of the best. So we're going to get straight into the points now. So the first thing that has helped me, or that helped me in school, was having the right mindset from the beginning, telling myself that I'm going to get this first class. Like, that was, I didn't even have any other option for myself in school. I was like, it's first class or nothing. Like, that was the mindset I had from the beginning, that I wanted this thing and I was going to go for it. I thank God for the school that I had the opportunity to go to, because I think my teachers in school, in my department, played a very big role in reminding us, like in the class, in reminding us of why we should strive for the best, why we should keep pushing, why we should just aim for this excellence, aim for A's, B's, strive, get this A, you can do it. So I think that's another thing that helps my mindset, not just only me, but from like external influence. That's my teachers that used to tell me this. And I remember my daddy as well, of blessed memory. I remember he used to tell my siblings and I that in school we should always aim to be part of top 3, top 5, top 10. That's wherever they're mentioning, oh, the best set of people, let your name be there. Let your name be amongst the best. So I've always had that mindset in everything that I do, that whatever I want to do in this life, I want my name to be at the top 5, top 3, top 10. Let my name just be among the best. That's what my dad used to tell us, and it's a mindset that I've carried ever since. He told my siblings and I that we should always aim to be mentioned amongst the best in anything. So yes, your mindset is very important from the beginning of your project, your plan, whatever you're striving for. It's very important. Let me just say this here, I'm not mentioning these steps in any particular order. I just wrote them down as they were coming, and that's what I'm sharing. The next point for me was that I'm very shameless when it comes to asking for help. Like, I'm not proud at all. Pride, I remove it from my body. Anybody that I know that can help me to explain something that I don't understand, let's say I'm reading about something in my textbook, I'm not understanding it, or a material that a teacher sent, I'm not getting the concept. If I know you can explain it to me, you don't even have to be the best in the class. Nobody needs to know you in the class. As long as I know that you can teach me this thing, I will go and ask for help. Asking for help saved my life. Like, I'm not proud though. I will come down from my high horse for me to just understand something. And the reason I'm very shameless when it comes to asking for help is because I don't believe I can know everything. Like, there's no one person in this world that knows everything. We all need each other. We all need the next person. So I believe that you need somebody to help you. You need to reach out for help. And one thing I do is that I don't underrate anybody's capacity, because you may be thinking that, oh, this person that is just always quiet in class, does not say anything, maybe they don't know it. It's a lie. That's the person that knows it. Go and ask that person. Don't look at somebody and just judge that this person cannot know it. I'm not asking the person. It's a lie. That's the person that most likely has what you need and can explain what you want to understand. Again, I'm that kind of person that I need something to be explained to me more than once to get it. I'm not like a one-time understanding person, especially for complex things. Like, I need to go over it again and again and again. And sometimes, or most times actually, I would like if somebody else apart from the teacher can explain it to me, because like, we are classmates, right? If I'm talking to my classmates, I would want somebody who is on my level to explain to me, because maybe the teacher, the way they explain this, they use their professor mindset to teach it, but I didn't really get it. So I just come down to my level. Oh, please, do you understand? I ask my mates, please, do you understand? Please, can you teach me? I'm very shameless when it comes to asking for help, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud that I'm shameless to ask for help. Anything, just ask people. People are there to help you. So the next thing is teaching others. This one, if I had known this in secondary school, I would have brought GS1 to SS3. I would have taught them what I knew, because I used to underestimate the power of teaching somebody what you know. Because there's this thing people say, that you don't truly understand something unless you can teach somebody else. So if you really want to know if you understand that thing that you've been taught in class, teach somebody else. When you teach somebody else, what it does for you is that, one, you are hearing yourself say it back to yourself. Like, apart from you teaching other people, you are hearing it from yourself to yourself again. Two, you are able to note the things that you thought you understood, because there's sometimes that in your head, you be in your head and be like, oh, I understand it. But by the time you start to explain and teach somebody, you start to identify the things that you thought you knew, but you actually did not know. So it helps you to like just come out of your head and hear yourself speaking it. That way, you know the things that you did not really understand and get better understanding. So even if you think that, oh, I don't really understand so much, it's just this little one I understand, that little, teach it. That little that you understand, teach it. Because from that, the person that you are teaching can even help you too. Maybe you are teaching somebody that knows only little about a subject, and then about a topic, and you know only little. Your little and that person's little can add, and both of you now know more that way. Do you understand? So that little that you think is too little to teach somebody, still teach it. The reason I got the opportunity to teach people in school is because I was the course representative in my department from 100 level to my final year to 400 level. So I remember the president of my department when I was in 100 level, she would tell me to organize tutorials for my course mates. So it was kind of something I had to do, and that was like an opportunity for me to teach. So I didn't just like go around say, can I teach you? That was like the opportunity I had to teach my course mates what I knew. By the way, I didn't know everything, so I asked for help. I remember 200 level, 300 level, I asked some of my course mates for help to teach others too, and even to teach me, because there were sometimes that I needed help. I will organize the tutorial and I'll go and sit down and be taught what I did not understand. So everybody needs everybody. So it doesn't matter, you think you know little, that your little is big to somebody, and that somebody else's little is big to you. So when you come together and teach each other, you both can work your way up from there. So teaching people is very important. It will help you know the things that you thought you knew but did not know. Moving on. Another thing that helped me in school was getting involved in extracurricular activities. So when I was in school, I already mentioned that I was the course representative. And by the way, I studied economics, guys. Yeah, I studied economics. So that's besides the point. I was the course representative. In 300 level, I was the academic director for my department, and that was another thing that helped me to teach people. Being the academic director, academics, you have to hold tutorials, you have to teach, you have to help people with their academics. So that was another thing that helped me. So I was the academic director in 300 level, and in my church, I had always been in the choir from the second semester of my first year. That's my 100 level in school, and in my final year, I became the music director. So I had all these things going on for me, and I even joined this fellowship that my friend introduced me to on campus, and now that fellowship has become my church. These were like the different things I was involved in, or I had to do, or positions that I held. And what this did for me is that it expanded my capacity to be able to handle more than one thing. So do you know one thing I've noticed with like high achievers in school? They were not only reading their books, they were not only reading book, then go to cafeteria, then go to church, then go back to their hostel. No, they were involved in different things. They were able to handle different things, hold positions here. I remember in school, if you went to Babcock, you know Busa. Some of them were like senators, Busa executives. They were doing other things apart from being regular students. So what this does for you is that it expands your capacity to be able to handle more and helps you to plan accordingly. So when you know that you're involved in, you have church, you have Busa, you are something in your department, you are this one here, it gives you like more sense of responsibility to make sure that your academics don't suffer. One thing you must notice is that you should not get involved in so many activities that your academics begin to suffer, because there is a balance here. I'm not saying you should go and involve yourself in everything, that anything they call, you want to volunteer here, become this, become that. Don't do that to yourself. Yes, get involved, but there's a balance. Because there was a point I knew that I just couldn't handle some things anymore. Like, I remember in 300, I think in 200 level, in fact in 100 level, I wanted to be a Busa official, or at least a Busa senator. And Busa means Babcock University Students Association. Sorry, I didn't mention that, but that's what it stands for. So I remember in 100 level, I wanted to at least be a senator, but when I got to 300 level and I knew the things that were coming for me, my life had changed, this one had come up, I was like, okay, let's remove that. So I knew when to stop involving myself, right? I knew when to just put everything on hold. I'm like, okay, Bukola, this is the time, your final year, you cannot be getting involved in so many things again. You have to limit it. So you have to balance it, right? But still get involved, do other things. Don't just be I think they call it a triangular student, from your hostel to class to cafeteria, hostel, class, cafeteria. Nah, it's not fun. It's not even fun. It's a very boring life. So get involved, do other things, serve people, volunteer once in a while, but don't overwhelm yourself, because at the end of the day, your academics is primary to why you even came to the university. Always remember to prioritize your academics above every other thing except from God, and your devotion, because that is what holds every other activity together. Your devotion, your relationship with God, that one is very important too. Your devotion is what ties all these activities together. Okay, so you want to become this, you want to do this, you want to do that. Don't prioritize all these other activities above your relationship with God, because that is the one thing that holds every other thing together. Are we together? Yes. So another thing I did while in school that helped me to get a first class was that I planned my activities. So I like to say that I did not experience living a normal student life in school because I was a course representative. What being a course representative looks like is that It's almost like you're your teacher's assistant. They can call you at random times to just, oh, where are you? Come to my office now. I should just come to your office because I don't have a life or what? I'm joking. But they can just call you at random times, ask you to do these things that you did not budget inside your own plans for the day. They'll just tell you, oh, get me your class list. Oh, print this. Oh, buy this. Do this, do that. And I remember on most days in school, on most days, if I had a class, let's say I had a 9 a.m. class, 9 to 11, and my next class was by 2 o'clock, I can be out from 11 to 2 o'clock doing something with the teacher, helping the teacher get something, just doing something that has to be with being a course rep. And I didn't like it, but I mean, I'm grateful for it now. So that was one thing that really, it used to disrupt my plans. It used to scatter my plans. So I would say plan your activities, write down the things you have to do for each day, get a to-do list, write down what you need to do for the day, but also remember that your plans can be scattered. Something can come up. One teacher can just call for a class. Some teachers can be like that. I don't know why they do that, but when they know you have free period, that's when they'll be calling for class. It is well. But just get ready for your plans to be disrupted. Plan your activities, but also get ready for your plans to be scattered because of a teacher or because of something that you just didn't see coming. Like in my case, being a course rep and any other thing that can come up. One thing I did in school was planning my activities the night before. I didn't always do this, but I remember that when I did this, I had a better day. Like my day was more aligned than when I didn't have the day planned the night before. So I remember in the night, I'll just like write down. I had sticky notes like this. I need to use this one. You can see it's still a lot, but I had like the square version of this one, and I would like write down the things that I wanted to do, or sometimes on my phone, in my notes app, I'll just write down the things I needed to do so I don't forget. Because a lot of times I used to do a lot of running around, from here to there to this to that during the day, and I'll just forget some things. So I like to write down and see what I have to do in front of my eyes so I don't forget any important thing, and then my day is now ruined because I forgot to do something important. So that's one thing you want to do. Plan your activities, plan your day, plan very well. Okay, thank God, I just remember to share this. So when I became the music director in my final year, I already knew before the semester started, right? And I knew that I had a lot of activity. I had my final year project. That one was like, in fact, we thank God, that was like another activity that needed my attention. And in my school, my choir used to sing every week in church. I mean, every choir used to sing every week in church. And we used to have church on Saturdays. That's just by the way, Seventh-day Adventist school. So we used to sing every Saturday during church services. And we would have to practice on Wednesdays after midweek services and Fridays after opening of the Sabbath service, something like that. So we would meet on Wednesdays and Fridays. Those were 2 times that were very important to me. So I remember what I did with being the music director. I already had a list of songs that I could just choose from. Like I just wrote a list of songs before the semester started. I think maybe a few days before classes started, I just wrote down a bunch of songs that I could pick from, right? That was a way of me planning our songs ahead of time. So I just wrote down songs that we could choose from, and then before Wednesday, I'd have gotten all the parts, so soprano, alto, and tenor, for us to sing. Like I will record it on my phone. Like I'll sing, I record it on my phone, and then send it out. Maybe the day before or days before our first meeting time for rehearsals. So that was one thing I started off with. I wasn't very consistent with it because a lot of things were happening. It wasn't so easy, but that was something I did that made us have like a backlog of already rehearsed songs. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but I would like do it in such a way that if we're going to sing this Saturday, we already know the song that we're going to sing this Saturday from last week. And then by this Saturday that is coming, we will now already be practicing for the next 2 Saturdays, because we already rehearsed for the next Saturday. I don't know if this makes sense, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that I planned that thing very well. I planned it because I knew that it was going to take a lot of my time. If you know how choir rehearsals go, like, you can say, oh, let's meet for 30 minutes. 30 minutes change to 1 hour. 1 hour change to 1 hour, 30 minutes. Yeah, because you need the cooperation of everybody, and sometimes not everybody cooperates, so you just have to work with what you have. So yes, that's all for plan your activities. To my next point, I trusted in God. I had to build my trust in God. So I'm going to refer you guys to a video I have already uploaded here. I've already talked about it, how I failed one professional exam. It's called ATS, Accounting Technician Scheme. How I failed one of the papers in the 3rd level, ATS 3, and what I did to get by. So that is the video for this 6th point. I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video for you to go and watch it. All right. My next point is that I had godly friends. I had godly friends and serious friends that wanted to also get a first class, and maybe not get a first class, but just excel, just pass very well, pass with excellence. This point cannot be overemphasized. This saying that goes, birds of a feather flock together, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are, is still very valid. If you want to do something, if you want to achieve something, you have to have people that have a similar mindset as you. I remember the first point I mentioned, having the right mindset from the beginning, knowing what you want. It's still important that you have people in your life that are also of the same or similar mindset as you. So this one really kept me, even when I wanted to give up, like, what is even the problem? Because I studied economics, and we had a lot of calculations. There are a lot of calculations in economics, to the point where I was like, who sent me to come and study this course now with all these calculations? But my friends were encouraging me, like, Bukola, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Keep pushing. Like, I had strong support system from friends and of course family. But yes, I'm saying friends because you can choose your friends. Don't let your friends choose you. That's one mistake I see a lot of people make in school, secondary school, university. You're allowing people to be dragging you around. You'll fall down. You have to choose the people that you want to be your friends. Like, you have to be intentional about the friends that you want to have in your space, about the kind of people that you want to have in your corner. You have to be very intentional about it if you want to achieve this thing that you want to achieve. Okay. The next one, I actually have 2 more points, but I'll mention this one first. Attend every class. Attend every class. See, you know how when a school is being established, they're establishing it with a curriculum mindset. A school is not a place where you just do, oh, come today, not come tomorrow. Come tomorrow, you not come today. No. It's a curriculum. I'm sure in your school you probably have like a scheme of work or a course outline where you can see all the topics you have to learn for a semester. It's a curriculum mindset. A topic follows, like, each topic follows each other. There are sometimes that it's like the topic you are being taught in school is like a series. If you are not taught A, you cannot understand B. If you have not been taught B, you cannot understand C. It follows a pattern. If one thing follows the other, if you've not been taught this, you most likely not understand the next thing. So attend every class to understand what is being taught, especially when, in fact, most times your curriculum just follows a pattern. If you don't understand A, you cannot understand B. And when you're in class, write, learn to jot things down. Don't say, oh, my friend is writing for me, I'll copy from her later. You will not see that time. When you're in class is the time to sit down and write and jot what the teacher is saying. If you can do word for word, I don't know, you have the superpower to do that, you can do that. But the point is just jot the main points. Listen and jot in class. And then my final point is still part of attending classes, and it is that you should sit at the front. You guys, I can count the number of times I did not sit at the front. Maybe I didn't sit at the back. Maybe I sat down like 3 rows away from the front, or 5 rows or 6 rows. But all those times I never sat at the front. I was always so distracted. Like, I'm a front, as in my classmates know me. If you're my classmates, you know where. In fact, you can even say that, oh, this is Bukola's seat. In some classes, you can say this is Bukola's seat or this one. I'm always at the front. Why? Because I don't want distraction. I don't want distraction. I want to be seeing the teacher's face like this. Let me be seeing your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Yes, I don't want to miss anything. As much as possible, I don't want to miss anything that the teacher is saying, because you can deceive yourself and say that you read where you read the material, you read the textbook, you read. It's a lie. Don't deceive yourself. You're not going to read it. Just go to class and sit down and listen to what the teacher is saying, because most times what comes out in exam is not always inside your textbook. Most times it is. For some courses it happens that way, but other times it is what the teacher said in class and the way they explained it that will help your own understanding of that topic. So go and sit down at the front of the class. Forget what anybody is saying. You know what you are trying to achieve. You know what you are aiming for. Sit down at the front. Let your face be like this in front of the teacher's face. Let them know you. And you guys, this is another point. Let your teachers know you. I don't know why these points are just coming to my mind now. I didn't even have them written down. Let your teachers know you. I know some of you say, oh, I don't want anybody to know me. If not, they'll start to look for me. Yes, let them look for you. Let them look for you. Allow them to look for you. It will help you. It will help you. So, again, I was a course representative and I couldn't even avoid teachers not knowing me. Like, they had to know me. They had to know me. So it even helps me, because even times when I did not feel like going for class, and those times will come, you will not feel like going for class. But when you know that teacher knows you, when you know that they will look for you, you will go for that class. You will go and learn. You will go and sit down at the front when you know that they will look for you. It's not going to be like easy. It wasn't easy. I don't think it has been easy for anybody. But when you know what you're trying to achieve, and I've helped you today now, I've shared things that helped me get to where I am. So whether you're in your final year now, you're going to your final year, 300 level, 200 level, 100 level, or you're about to enter secondary school, or you're not even a student, but you're just aiming for something, take this point, guys. Take this point, use it. I'm sure it will help you. And you can even leave a comment. Share with us. Let us know in the comments, what did you do to help you, or what are you doing that is helping you to be excellent, to be successful, to achieve that thing you want to achieve. Let us know in the comments, and I hope you guys learned something from this video. We have come to the end of the video. I'm done sharing my points, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, what's the issue? Let's talk. I'm sitting down so you can sit down too. Let's talk about it. So subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Leave a comment. Please let me know what you think about this video, and like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody. Sharing is caring. Okay, share this video with somebody. I know it will help them. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.